Welcome to Business on Joy News Desk. The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has expressed government's resolve to keep the fiscal deficit at bay. Speaking at the launch of the Direct Savings and Loans Company in Accra, he promised to reduce by 3% the current fiscal deficit. The fiscal deficit stood at 9.4% of GDP at the end of 2016 and is expected to come down to 6.5% by the end of 2017.
The macroeconomy matters. Fiscal consolidation matters. And fiscal discipline is very, very key to maintaining macroeconomic stability. The budget of 2017 showed a clear reversal in the fiscal outlook with a determination to bring down the fiscal deficit that we inherited, which currently stands at the latest numbers at 9.4% of GDP at the end of 2016, and we are projecting to go to 6.5% of GDP by the end of 2017, from 9.4%. So we are trying to bring down the fiscal deficit by 3 percentage points of GDP. That is not an easy task, but it is a task that we are committed to do, and we are on track as I speak. And it is in this context, that inflationary expectations continue to decline. The inflation numbers have declined. Interest rates are declining, and exchange rates continue to remain stable. The first quarter GDP numbers also show that GDP growth has picked up very significantly in the first quarter.
Now, entrepreneurs have lauded government's plan to promote and develop entrepreneurship in the country. The president yesterday launched a $100 million national entrepreneurship and innovation plan aimed at boosting job creation for national development. Government has committed seed money of $10 million to the project. Chief Executive of the African Network of Entrepreneurs, Ekomensa, says the move is timely.
There's a good approach by the current governments to work with the ecosystem players to support 10,000 startups and SMEs, and we're excited about that. And we hope they go according to that plan, and we know it will succeed.
Okay. And in terms of impact, what impact do you think you have made, especially with regards making our startups globally competitive? Where are we at? What do we need to do?
Well, we need a lot of capacity building, access to information, and then create that environment where there are support systems in place to support them. I think that most of the startups we have are now getting more and more competitive because they recognize that the world is a global village and they need competitiveness to stay afloat. So one of the things that we have recognized and we are supporting is that innovative bit of it, and eventually we are looking at beyond Ghana. How can we expand and help them? And that's why we brought in GIPC this time around. And we are hoping to work with all the players that would give them that exposure to go beyond Ghana. And that makes them globally competitive.
Mr. Mensah spoke to Joy Business at the second Ghana Startup Awards, which saw yours truly, Joy Business, receive an honorary award for its contribution towards building the startup firms. The overall award of Best Startup of the Year went to financial technology company ZPay. Other startups were awarded on the night. That includes Asoriba and Doman Foods in the categories of technology and processing, respectively. And that's it for business.